What up, y'all? Corey here, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about content ideation. There are few things more painful than knowing that you need to create content, and then when you actually sit down to do it, having no idea what to say or what to talk about. And I'm going to show you today my 3 favorite places that I personally go to when I'm struggling to come up with content ideas. Let's go. Number 1 is Reddit. I will die on this hill if I need to because I believe that Reddit is vastly underrated. It is the 3rd most used website, second to Google and YouTube. That is if you're not including weird porn sites or stuff like that. But it is the 3rd most popular website that people go to, they engage on, they read stuff, they create stuff, and they ask questions. Not only do they ask questions, but they ask questions on every topic niche under the moon. No matter what it is that you are interested in, I guarantee you that there are people talking about it on Reddit. One of the ones I just most recently found was photos of squirrels eating random things, from pizzas to Milky Ways to cookies to, I saw one where it was actually a squirrel eating a full-on burger. This isn't a podcast, obviously, about squirrels eating random things. But my point is that no matter what you're interested in or what your unique business topic is that there's a community of people talking about it and asking questions on it. And so here's what you do. You go to reddit.com, you search for the subreddit of whatever your unique niche is, you scroll through what people are talking about, and then you use the things that people are talking about to create content for your own social platforms, whether it's your Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or LinkedIn or whatever it is. But all those things that people are talking about on that unique niche page are opportunities for you to create content. So my favorite place, number 1, super underrated, is Reddit. All right, the second place that you can go to is your own customers and clients. I actually made this mistake for a long time. I was working with people, but I wasn't actually listening to them and I wasn't actually engaging with them. I wasn't asking them the right questions that would help me dial into what are their challenges and what are their pain points. I was basically just serving them, helping them, and not really allowing myself to open up to like getting really serious about what are their pains and how can I help start talking about those things. So something I've more recently started doing is running surveys, just asking people, sending people DMs or messages, commenting on their stuff, and just really getting more involved with my clients and customers. As somebody who obviously has a podcast show, you think I'd be pretty good at listening and then creating content on it. But honestly, I was just as guilty as the next person of making the massive mistake of not listening to my clients and customers. And so if this is also you, I'm sure there are already people that you work with or want to work with. Just talk to them, ask to them, go to the places where they hang out and start hearing the words that they're using or the challenges that they have or the problems they're struggling with. Those in then turn can become content pieces for your social media platforms. All right, the third and final place that I look to when I'm trying to come up with content ideas is actually my competitors. So your competitors don't actually necessarily have to be competition. They can actually be a useful resource for figuring out what topics you should be creating on. If you have other people in your market that are already creating on certain things and there are a lot of people engaging on it, a lot of people liking it, a lot of people watching it, that's probably a really good sign that this is something that you could also talk about. Obviously, the trick here is not to do the exact same thing and to replicate it exactly how they did it. You want to put your own unique twist on it, or maybe even say the opposite and talk about how you think the opposite is completely true. But my point is that there are people that are doing the same thing you are, very likely. And so you can just look to the things that they're already creating and use those as content inspiration or content ideas. This idea actually comes from one of my favorite books. It's called Steal Like an Artist, from an author named Austin Kleon. And the principle is this, is that there's really nothing that is completely original, is that everything comes from some source of inspiration. And this is equally true for content. So you can look for other people or even just cruise through other pages that are creating similar content that you are, and then just spin it and twist it and put your own unique spin on it. But my point is that don't completely ignore your competition because like you don't want to watch it or you want to support it. It can actually be an incredible place to come up with your own content ideas based on what's already being created in the marketplace. And so just as a final recap, the first place I would go is to Reddit. The second place I would go is to your own customers or clients that you're already working with. Ask them, talk to them, survey them. And the third place would be look to your competitors or your competition or other people that are creating similar content of yours and use that as inspiration. I hope this is helpful. Hopefully you can go find some good content ideas. Love you guys. Peace. Hey friend, thanks for listening to the show. And if you have any feedback for me about the show or any other guests that you'd want to see in the show, definitely shoot me a message. I love engaging with my audience and figuring out how I can provide the best value possible to the people listening to this show. Before you go, I only have one ask of you, and that would be to check out my 3 Tips Tuesday newsletter. It's 3 marketing tips every Tuesday specifically for the health and fitness entrepreneur to help them attract new leads. If you press the link in the description, it'll take you directly to the archive of all my previous newsletters, and you can decide for yourself if it's something for you. If you end up finding it helpful, you can just sign up for the newsletter and you'll get it in your inbox every Tuesday. Thanks again, and keep hustling, my friends.